I want to tell you about a number. Not a scary number, a normal number. A number that sits quietly in millions of American bank accounts every single month, and almost nobody questions it. $772. That is the average monthly car payment in America right now. $772 every month for 6 years, sometimes 7, on a machine that starts losing value the second you drive it off the lot. And here is the part that gets me. Nobody talks about it like it is a problem. They talk about it like it is just life, like electricity, like rent, like something that has always existed and will always exist. But it has not always existed, and it does not have to exist for you. By the end of this video, I am going to show you exactly what that monthly number is actually costing you. Not just in dollars, in years. Because the car payment is not just a payment. It is a trap. And almost everyone in America is inside it. Let me give you the real numbers. 1 in 5 Americans who bought a new car last year signed up for a payment over $1,000 a month. The average new car price has crossed $49,000. 22% of buyers are now taking 84-month loans. 7 years of payments on something that may be worth $15,000 when it is finally paid off. Americans collectively owe $1.67 trillion in auto loan debt. Auto loans are now the second largest consumer debt category in the country. Over 100 million Americans are currently making car payments, and almost all of them treat this as normal, because it is normal, and that is exactly the problem. Let me show you how this actually works. Walk into any dealership and notice what they ask you. They do not ask what you can afford in total. They ask what monthly payment works for you. That changes everything. $49,000 feels expensive. $772 a month feels manageable. And that word manageable is exactly what they are counting on. Because at $772 a month over 72 months, you are not paying $49,000. You are paying $55,584. That is $6,584 in interest gone forever. And that is before insurance, maintenance, registration, and gas. A $49,000 car actually costs around $15,000 to $18,000 per year to own and operate. That is not transportation. That is a second rent payment on something losing value every single day. The moment you drive a new car off the lot, it loses about 10% of its value immediately. Within 1 year, it drops around 20%. Within 5 years, around 60%. But your payment never changes. You keep paying the same amount every month on something worth less and less. In late 2025, nearly 29% of trade-ins had negative equity. Almost 1 in 3 people owed more than their car was worth. The average negative equity reached over $7,000. And that debt does not disappear. It gets rolled into the next loan. Now you're paying for your new car and your old car at the same time. The payment goes up, the term gets longer, and the cycle repeats. This is not bad luck. This is the design. Let me show you 2 people, Jake and Marcus. Same job, same salary, $55,000 a year. Same car, $30,000. Jake leases. Marcus takes a loan. At first, Jake feels like he won. Lower payment, new car, everything covered. Marcus feels worse. For 2 years, he owes more than the car is worth. But look at year 3. Jake spent $12,764. Marcus spent $21,792. Jake looks like he is winning, but then the lease ends. Jake leases again. New down payment, new monthly payment. Marcus keeps going. And at month 60, Marcus is done. No more payments. He owns the car. His only costs are insurance, gas, and basic maintenance, around $150 a month. Jake is still paying every month. No end date. Let's check the scoreboard at year 6. Jake, $25,528 total spent. Assets owned? 0. Marcus, roughly $22,000 effective cost. Has a car worth $11,000 to $13,000. The flip happened quietly, but it happened. Here is the number nobody ever puts in front of you. The average American makes car payments from around age 22 until they retire. That is roughly 40 years.
At the current average payment of $772 a month, that is $9,264 a year. 40 years times $9,264 per year equals $370,560 in car payments alone. Same $772 a month invested at 8% annually over 40 years equals $2.4 million. The car gets you to work either way. The payment is the only difference, and almost nobody ever sees it this way. Because nobody ever runs this math. Because the dealership never shows you this math. They show you the monthly payment. And the monthly payment always looks survivable. I want to be fair. Leasing is not always wrong. There are specific cases where it makes sense. If you are self-employed, lease payments can be partially or fully deductible as a business expense. That tax advantage can change the entire calculation. If you drive a luxury vehicle where out-of-warranty maintenance is brutal, a BMW where an oil change costs $400 and a brake job costs $4,000, staying inside the warranty window has real dollar value. And if you are the kind of person who actually takes the monthly savings and puts it into an index fund every single month, the math can work in your favor. But be honest with yourself. Would you actually invest that money, or would you spend it? For the average person driving an average car, buying wins. Not because leasing is always wrong, because owning is always building something, and leasing is always renting. Here is the part most people skip, because it requires patience, and patience is not what anyone is selling. Step 1. Drive the car you have longer than you think you should. The average American trades in after 3.7 years, usually before anything is actually wrong with it. Maintenance on a paid-off car almost always costs less than payments on a newer one. Step 2. When the loan ends, keep making the payment. To yourself. If you were paying $600 a month, set up an automatic transfer to a savings account the day after your last payment. 18 months, $10,800 saved. 30 months, $18,000 saved. Step 3. Buy your next car with cash. Yes, it will be older. Yes, it will have more miles. But it will be yours. No payment, no interest, no lender holding the title. Step 4. Repeat. Each cycle, your saved amount grows larger. Your next car gets slightly newer and nicer. The payment cycle breaks a little more completely. Within 10 years, you can be driving a $15,000 to $20,000 vehicle paid in full and have another $10,000 saved for the one after that. You escaped. I want to end with something honest. If you have a car payment right now, I am not here to make you feel like you did something wrong. Almost everyone finances cars. The system is designed to make it feel like the only option. The monthly payment is a number the dealership has spent decades perfecting, calibrated to feel just uncomfortable enough to seem real, but just manageable enough to make you sign. They do not show you the 10-year total. They do not show you what that money becomes invested. They do not show you what 40 years of payments actually costs. That is what this video is. The average American will spend somewhere between $300,000 and $400,000 on car payments in their lifetime. That money will leave your household and never come back. Or it can stay. It can compound. It can become something. The car gets you to the same places either way. The payment is the choice. And now you know what that choice actually costs. Subscribe if this is the kind of content that helps you see things your bank statement never explains. One video every week. I will see you in the next one.